Morning, everyone. My name is Jafar Hanafi from Health School of Economic Sciences Limited. Today with my guest, Malan Salmanu Amiao, one of our fellow from Nigeria Jubilee Fellowship Program, serving here for 1 year for his training. Part of what we did at HelpMan, we look at the policy, public policy, we look at the effects that is affecting the economies of a nation, of the continent, and global wide. So today we want to look at what are the something that is affecting Nigeria most. So and one of the things that's affecting Nigeria today is insecurity. So we look at socioeconomic issues related to insecurity. What are the effects of insecurity? How does insecurity come about? And what is the solution? Um, with my guest is Malan Almiao, one of our science mentioned, one of our members in the Hard Helpman School of Economic Sciences. Please, Malan, can you introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Salman Shehu from Nigerian Jubilee Fellow Program.
Thank you very much for here. Today, we want to discuss about socio-economic issue and the insecurity that we are having in Nigeria. First of all, what is insecurity?
Okay. Good morning.
Because for someone to understand the issue, we need to know the definition. So let me help you. So insecurity are the unrest that is happening around maybe local government, the state issue, carried out by unauthorized harm citizens. So any unauthorized harm citizen that can be able to carry the arms, killing the children, kidnapping the children, steal, all this stealing or other things, they are the factors that are contribute to the insecurity. So now that we are defining the insecurity, so what did you see that Nigeria is facing? What is the problem of Nigeria with insecurity? As we are looking at Nigeria have been fighting the insecurity for a decade. And what is the problem?
Okay. Yeah, Nigeria has been fighting insecurity for more than 4 decades. The situation why the insecurity has not ended until now is that it's not the fight against insecurity is not fighting properly. That's many things are contributing to the reason why the insecurity has not ended until now. The reasons are unemployment, the hardship Nigeria is facing, Nigerians are facing, and also the corruption. So these three things are contributing so much that the insecurity is not ending in Nigeria. Because all the three things I mentioned individually, all of them can can make a country to be in unrest. That's to bring insecurity, even if the country is secured. All the three things. That's corruption, unemployment, and the hardship.
And hardship.
Yes.
That is inflation.
And that's inflation.
Yeah.
When the common Nigerians cannot afford many common things, that's basic things, basic needs, food, shelter. If common citizen cannot afford these basic things, so the country, a particular country, must be in insecurity situation.
So according to the Malam Salman, you see one of the reasons that Nigeria is facing the insecurity is issue of hardship, unemployment, and corruption. And let's start with the unemployment. When you look at in the early days, a lot of people depend on farming, right? We depend on farming. Nobody go to school. That they will be thinking of getting employed from someone. So they have their portion of land that they found, they feed themselves and the family. And now people are educated. So we believe that when you are educated, you have the knowledge, technical know-how, and the intuition to be able to know what is right and wrong. So you know the law and you know everything. So why the unemployment can contribute to how, let me say how can unemployment contribute to the insecurity? Since you know the law, you know the do and don't, how will this unemployment contribute to the insecurity?
Okay. Yeah, it's right that those who are educated knows the law, they know the wrong, and they know the right. But to my understanding is that even if someone is educated, he went to school, spent his day studying after graduation, no job, no plan for job. Someone is just sitting there in area without job and without capital to start something. That's business. And a person has spent all he has in the school while to get the education. After spending like 6 months or 1 year at home without anything, maybe after no SC, no job, no anything. I think someone cannot, or many people, I can't generalize, but many people cannot sustain to the same like that. So that's why I said the unemployment is contributing to the insecurity we are facing now. Because we have large number of graduates graduating every year in this country. Many graduates, large number. So all those graduates have different perspectives. They have different friends. All of them have different mindsets. If this one cannot do this thing, someone can do it. Maybe. And all of them have different backgrounds. If this one can afford to be living with maybe 1,000 or 2,000 per day, this one doesn't have the amount. So maybe both of them have different backgrounds. This one cannot do this, but this one can do it because misali, for instance now, when those people that are contributing to the insecurity in this country maybe wants to recruit new members, maybe even if a graduate even a graduate can join them if he has different mindset from those that are educated and working with those that knows right. What I mean is that a graduate who graduated from school without a job can be recruited into the gang of those people that are contributing to the insecurity in this country because of the unemployment. I even that he has a job, he won't be seen to them. They can't introduce him. They can't recruit him.
They can't introduce it to him.
Yeah, they cannot.
And the amount that they are going to be paying to him is not be value.
It's not the
Than
value
his
to
life.
yeah, than his life.
Yeah.
But when a man sees that his life, when a man sees that his age
Life
is
is
good,
meaningful. It's not meaningful.
it's not it's meaningful
And
to
he
him.
doesn't know where he
He
is going to.
He don't know anything. He doesn't know anything. Like he is aimless. He don't have anybody again because of the situation the country is. He went to school, graduated, but no job, no anything. So at that critical moment, someone can do whatever it takes for him to get something that will be feeding him and his maybe family every year.
So now we are talking about someone graduates after graduation, no job, and because of this, someone can introduce harmful something to him and attach a reward, which is maybe something the financial that oh if you join this I'll give you 1 million. Maybe he has no job, he has never seen 1 million before. And then you say if you can be able to do this I'll give you like 1 million. So someone that is spending 1,000 or 3,000 and they give you 1 million. You see it as a big money. And then from there you can see, oh, let me use this opportunity to make it. Yeah, but and you also mentioned that a situation whereby someone that is not doing anything just at home doesn't have aim, doesn't know what to do, doesn't know where to get a job. So, but when we look at the course of study and then struggle in study, if you can start with the money you study, I think, we're trying to do something. Try to correct the mindset of the youths, right? It's not only the youth, everybody that is listening to what we are saying today. Mindset is this. The money, like now, maybe the school fees 100,000 a year. Not only 100,000, you have to pay accommodation fees, maybe 20,000. You have to be feeding yourself every or you are getting money. If the parents can transfer the portion of that money into the student, you do think that it will have effect and it will not make the candidate attractive to someone who is introducing the party. Did you see that?
As in,
Now, the amount that the amount we spend in the school,
yes,
the minimum now we are spending in the school, the minimum is 200,000 every year.
yes,
So assume now a graduate from his parent who is sponsoring him to school, or maybe he's sponsoring himself. Maybe you are going to school, whether someone is sponsoring you or not, you must look for money and pay the school fees for you to graduate.
yes,
So if a youth can have that perspective, or the citizen can have that perspective, oh, without schooling, I will be able to pay my school fees, right? So why not do the same struggling? Do the same struggling. So now we're talking about people that are educated, right? Why don't you have do the same struggling and gather this money, save this money, and find something doing, even though if it is small? Do you see this to contribute to reduce the insecurity? Or the youth will not have interested in doing? Because now, when you look at that, all these trader, right? You see there is something that open into the money trade, right? Or the 20,000 naira. So my problem is this. You will see that the whole people, uneducated people, they give them 50,000 and they start akara business as a yellow akara say it, akara business. Or start selling something like corn or like Maggie. So I start looking at a way to start earning money. But people that are educated, they give them 200,000 and they will tell you, what did you want to do with it? So the question is this. Did you see if you have a mindset, these people have a mindset that, oh, the way I struggle to go to school, the way I struggle to do this, if I struggle like that, I have some investment to invest. So can this contribute to the reduce of insecurity?
yeah, it can contribute to the reduce of insecurity.
Okay.
Now, in the world we live now in, I think there should be more emphasis on entrepreneurship, even in schools. Even though I know that I myself underwent some entrepreneurship courses in GST, General Studies. So, in this situation where we are in this country, even if you are studying, like a student, even if you are a student, the student needs to learn a skill or have a business aside. Yeah, especially a skill because business requires money,
Yes.
and not all students can afford to get a capital. Even minimum of 50K, someone cannot get. But a skill is something you will learn from with your hand. That's using your brain. You will learn it, and you can start a skill without a single naira. You learn it, master it, and be using your hands and your brain to be earning something. Even while going to school, after the school hours, you can still have a time, maybe like 2 or 3 hours a day to do something like, for instance, now tailoring. A tailor can still go to school and can also do his tailoring things
at home.
Yeah. After those,
Even in the school.
even in the school, yes, he can advertise his materials or his tailoring things with his colleagues. Even online, even with his colleagues in department, in the faculty, or generally in school. Maybe he will take it to the mini marts or bus stops and advertising his things. So I think, in my own opinion, there is no reason a student should be just going to school without a skill he's learning, or he has a skill or a business aside in the current situation we are now. Because we all know that there is no job anywhere. There is no job in this country. There is job, but a very few jobs. And that requires a connection. And even the connection is different categories. So even job in private schools now, teaching in private schools requires some connections. Even in private schools, not in
Require who you know.
requires it. So at this critical point, or this critical moment we are in this country, a student needs to learn skills or have a business aside. That's for those that are opportune to have capital. Not all students can afford to get capital. Even 50K, some people cannot afford to get as capital. But I emphasize on learning skills. That's what will help you and sustain you after graduation. Yeah. So that's my own view.
Okay, thank you for that. You advise as the student there is no reason someone should go to school without simultaneously, you say simultaneously, like they're taking two things together, right?
Yes.
Learning the skills, right?
Yes.
That will require, that will enable him
To be getting something that will be sustaining him in
sustain
school.
him after the graduation.
Yes.
Now, the student is going to school and is learning the skill. All require time, and time is money. As well, time is knowledge. This, can you compare the quality? Because we have to look at one thing. We have to look at the quality and the quantity of education. Without quality education, you see the doctors we're using ChatGPT to treat the patient. The engineer will be the house that will collapse in the next 1 year. You see the teachers cannot perform in the class. Even his topic he will not be able to say effectively. You also see a lot of things. So you see, in this country, in fact, a lot of our 90% of what we are doing, we are consuming in this country is not built by the country. The reason why we don't have the knowledge to establish that particular things. It's just importation. How do you compare the quality and the quantity in that regard of education? Because when we advise, we have to look at the effect too, right? The effect. How do you compare the quality? Because now you need time to study, you need time to learn.
Yes.
You need time to study, you need time to learn this. So how do you compare the quality? Does that thing will have impact on the education quality of that child or not?
Yes, it may affect a child's quality of education, but not all the people, all the students. It may affect some. This one, it depends on the arrangement or the plan for a particular person, that's a particular student. Even though students are of different kinds, some are very sharp, some are slow learners, while some are intermediate. That's between fast learners and slow learners. So, to me, the advice I can give is that, I will give an example to my younger brother now, who just recently finished secondary school. I and my father sat with the boy and advised him that not to join, not to join higher institution until he spent a complete year learning a skill. So some people can match two things simultaneously, like for learning skill and going to school without each other affecting
Each other,
yes,
yeah.
yes. That's for those that are very hardworking and fast learners. It depends. Yeah, it requires hard work and also brain. Some people can run it simultaneously without each other affecting each. And that's for fast learners. For intermediates, when a person is intermediate, that's he
Average.
average, and also he's hardworking and have interest. Even if someone is intermediate or fast learner, he must have an interest in something, because you can't learn something that you don't have interest in. So students need to be disciplined. They need to know that this thing I'm going to do is for my own benefit. I'm doing it for my own benefit and the benefit of the country, because if you become something good, it is for the country too. Yes. So that someone should advise himself, as a student, or he should be advised by the elders, your brothers, parents, or elders.
How guided?
Yeah, guided. That maybe this one just finished on this school now. He's about to go to the university. Maybe he wrote exam, or he's about to write exam. That see this country, you know how it is now. I advise you that you learn a skill before joining the university. To me, preferably, like I did to my brother, before you join the university, you will spend a year learning a skill, and also maybe join a matriculation school that will help you and shaping your brain before joining the university. That's against the university. Prepare against the university, but it's not the university.
Yeah.
But it's just a lesson.
A degree.
Yeah, pre-degree, or just a lesson. You just maybe introduce a tutor for him to spend a year with him, tutoring him, while at the same time he is undergoing a skill for a complete year. After that, I think learning a skill in a year is possible, even though not all skills, but with hard working and dedication,
At least you have some little
at
knowledge.
least you have something.
You can continue.
After that, a person join the university.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for that. You are encouraging that after graduation you should have an education gap.
Yeah.
So education gap means that you have a 1 year at home, learn a skill that you
And also prepare yourself against the university,
so
higher college.
learn a skill that sustain you after the graduation
Yes.
in case if you don't have the job.
Yes.
And then having a tutor that is training you against the college.
Yes.
So thank you. We know everything have advantage
And disadvantage.
So as we are looking at advantage, we have to look at advantage. So the second one you mentioned is hardship. How did hardship contribute to the insecurity?
Hardship is contributing to the insecurity in Nigeria directly, and it is always contributing continuously, and it will continue to contribute.
How?
Okay. Now, many people in this country, larger percentage of the population of this country, are in hardship. I can't deny this. Okay, now, hardship is a situation whereby many people find it very difficult to have a basic common needs. As a person cannot afford to feed his family or himself. That's
To pay
food.
what?
Feed.
To feed, okay.
To feed himself and his
Or his
family.
family.
That's the most basic thing is what? Food.
Food, yeah.
The second thing is a person cannot afford medicine. If he's sick, just to buy a medicine from the pharmacy,
Yeah.
requires
Paracetamol or
so expensive. That's the health sector is in serious problem.
drama.
Yeah. The third thing is shelter. Shelter. So all these three things I mentioned are hardship. When you match them together, if a common citizen cannot afford these things, that means that a person or a country or a population is in hardship. And that thing will escalate insecurity, the existing insecurity, it will escalate it. Because if I cannot afford to eat twice in a day, maybe I manage today, yeah, with just 2 square of meals. Tomorrow I manage. Next tomorrow I afford to only get 1 square meal. Next tomorrow I could not afford to get one. Will I just live like that and just hunger to finish me? No. At that critical moment, the least thing someone will do is what? To steal. Definitely. That's the least he would do. He will steal. Maybe he will be, maybe for instance he is not hot. He's still tomorrow. At that situation, maybe the perpetrators, those are responsible for the insecurity, found out that this guy is in very serious situation. That's multidimensionally poor. He cannot afford to feed himself. Just a square meal a day. At that moment, they have their people everywhere. Yeah, we all know. At that moment, they will bring him close to them. They will giving him advice, even if whether he's educated or not. At that moment, those advice from them, that's financial advice. That's financial advice. I mean, they will help him. Maybe they give him 2K today, tomorrow they give him 5K, next tomorrow they ask him to do something. He will do it for them. What led to that is the hardship. I think that there is no hardship, that particular guy or particular person will not do that thing. He will not stay. And he will not be recruited into the gang of what do I call it? Those that are responsible for the insecurity in this nation. So hardship is contributing a lot in the escalation of the insecurity we are facing in this Nigeria.
Okay. Now we're talking about hardship. You say that shelter, medical, and basic feeding, right?
Yes.
Feeding. Do you mean that most of the people in Nigeria don't have shelter?
No, I started with food. Let's start from the
Question is, do you mean that most of the people in Nigeria doesn't have shelter?
many doesn't have. Many don't have. Many.
Many doesn't have. Statistic.
Yes.
What is percentage?
I can't see the percentage.
So, okay. Thank you. To me, shelter should not be the problem of our Nigeria. Because if you don't have father, you have a grandfather, you have a mother, you have a grandmother. So the shelter will only be a problem if you are immigrant. You migrate from your hometown to, because you must come from one house. And the house, no matter how old you are, they will not push you. Because yes, you can only see, oh, be sleeping here, keep your back outside. We know at some stage, we understand a man or a woman is expected maybe to marry and release the family house. So when you look at the shelter is becoming a problem when the insecurity, when the banditry is affecting people in the village and they are trying to come to the town, right?
That's what I mean.
So
Because all those people that were disturbed in their particular villages
yeah,
were transferred to what? To the main city.
to the main city, right?
And they were forced to leave their villages without their what? Their everything.
Yeah,
They came into the city or into the town single-handedly.
yeah. Now we're looking at the cause, root cause of the insecurity.
Okay.
So that came after the insecurity, right?
Yeah.
So look at the main cause of the insecurity. Now we talk about the medical. Is the medical a problem of Nigeria? Is it a problem? Wake up.
But that's not. It cannot even cure malaria.
It cannot cure malaria.
It cannot cure malaria.
So we mean that now uh, most of Nigeria have and take their teaching hours.
It's not possible.
How many, that 40%, how many percentage can go to the bush and take half?
I cannot say the exact percentage, but all I know is that not
But assume how many?
can go to 10%.
Assume 10%.
Yes.
So that 10% have Harvard education to go to the town, to go to the bush and take. So now 70% is out of medical, right? Because they have alternative. So you cannot classify if 70% of the population does not have medical problem, you cannot can still say the country is doing well. We understand that you can go to hospital today, you don't have money to pay. I even go to, I saw a someone who the money is her husband spent a lot of money on her and the money finished and the doctor packed him to one side.
That's what they used to do all the time. I've seen it.
That's how they used to do. You have seen it.
That's why I mentioned it. Because I used to go to this FMC in Sokoto. Police.
I saw this that the doctor they pack him to one side and they are giving him nothing they are giving to him. They just give him the bed. Because even to pay for the bed in those type of hospital is very cost.
And those type of people are many in this country.
So now I can agree that those type of someone, when they introduce insecurity to him, he can join because on the way, if the wife died or the children died,
What's it for him?
He can do anything that he wants. So we can still say that the country is performed at least a little bit.
Yes.
Average, more than average in terms of medical, right? So now let's go to the food. Did you mean that in this country it's possible for someone not to eat anything within a day?
It is very possible. Not someone, many people.
Just complete today.
Complete.
Does not have anything to eat.
They don't have.
What of tomorrow?
They may not have.
What of next tomorrow?
They may get one.
Okay. How did they get that one? So now, if there is this some things in when you look at anatomy of human being, you can only spend 3 days without eating and taking water. Just take this 3 days, you are gone. You don't eat today, you don't eat tomorrow. The next day you get one. So now the question is how that one come from?
From begging.
Okay, you beg, but if you spend 2 days without eating, you cannot even work how to come beg.
What if someone is sick?
Yeah, we have looked at medical perspective, right? We have looked at medical perspective.
Those people I mentioned that they could not afford the medicals, most of them are the ones that could not afford the food. For instance, those these immigrants we're having from the villages, most of them are in the town. I used to see them every day, even in our area. We have a lot of them. They don't have, they can't afford medical. They can't afford food. Yes, they used to. Yes, they are begging. When they go out for begging, if they didn't get, they don't have anything again to eat. Even though people are helping, yeah, people are doing it. They are helping them. But had it been that they are not begging, so they will not get anything because they are not employed. They were scattered from their villages. They didn't even come with their goats, their everything. All their properties were left there. They ran to the town without preparation, single-handedly. Even the bed sheet is given to them for free to help. Yeah, in the town. Yes, all of them.
So which means Nigeria is in a very big problem.
Yes.
So Nigeria does not have any provision for immigrants. Someone who
Nigeria is they are not yeah, they don't have enough provision. But some
they don't have enough they don't have provision. They don't have enough provision or they don't have provision.
They don't have provision for them. But some states are trying now that to have the provision for the immigrants. For instance, I can give example to this state in this our state. Months ago, some state government went to this illegal government to mention 100 houses he built for immigrants. Yeah, maybe I think maybe you see you saw it. So some of the governors now and even the president they are trying to support them, that's make provision. What we want is that we don't need this provision. We want those things that make the immigrants leave their villages to stop. Yes, because if we don't have the insecurity, so those immigrants doesn't need this kind of support.
Yeah.
They don't have. They don't need it. They don't need it at all. Because this support they are given is not what they want. They needed their village more than this one. Because in their villages they farm, they
have freedom.
They have freedom of everything. But now maybe just the 100 houses the governor built, yeah, he has tried, but cannot accommodate the immigrants of all the three local government in this state. And we're having more than almost 10 affected local governments in the states. So I can't say that they are not supporting at all, but the support is not
minimal.
It's very minimal.
Now, to me, the government does not have provision for a lot of problems that we are facing in Nigeria. Now, talking about unemployment, talking about inequality, talking about corruption, share of hardship. If as the government have provision, when these people are coming, so they should have a camp, right?
Yeah.
Camp. So in this camp, this is where you can go and get farming and get something. This is where you can go and do labor and get something. This is where you can go and do this. think when these people have a where to go, somewhere to go, even if they are men or female, they will not be in this hardship.
They will not be.
So because of government does not go, because we don't have the statistic of the job that we have, where they can be used. Even though a lot of farming, right? A lot of places where people need to go. If you are paying labor 5,000, they pay these people 2,500. They will do
They
it.
will do it. Of course.
Right?
They will do it.
If maybe now you came, you need a concrete work. Okay, pay these people this money. Okay, employ these people. Those people that have already have a town, they already have a people, like they already have a town, a house in the town. They should just be at least be patient and let the city be satisfied, right? So that the hardship will not contribute to wasn't the insecurity. So I think the government should also look at how they can establish some mobility for these people where these jobs are, where they can get them sustained instead of them begging today, begging tomorrow, and thinking that their life is meaningless. Anybody who thinks his life is meaningless can take a gun and kill anybody. But even though you kill him, does not mean anything for him. Or the life
Because he think his life is
is
meaningless.
meaningless. So let's look at you mentioned the corruption. And Nigeria have been fighting corruption for more than a decade. How did corruption contribute to the insecurity?
Okay. Corruption contributes and it is contributing to the insecurity in Nigeria.
How?
How? Okay. Uh, let's talk about the reality. Nigeria is facing very serious corruption issues. The reason why insecurity is not ending, the main reason is corruption. Because this insecurity we are fighting for more than a decade. The reason why it's not ending is because some people are benefiting from it. The reason why they are benefiting from it is the corruption. Because if there's no corruption, no reason insecurity will be in existence for more than 10 years in Nigeria without ending it. So corruption is contributing to the insecurity in Nigeria because uh, even the people that are directly fighting the insecurity, corruption is in there. It's into the sector. You understand? Sir? That's the military. Uh, we have been hearing that some military officers are complaining that orders are not given to them directly, even if they see people that's the people causing unrest, until they are asked to shoot, they cannot shoot. That's although that one is before. I heard that now that thing is withdrawn.
Yeah.
They give them order that they can shoot. They can shoot the perpetrators or the violators at any moment they see them. But before, they cannot. We all know about it. So the reason why the corruption is accelerating in Nigeria is we are not fighting it. We are just saying that we are fighting it. We are not fighting it, we are not fighting it. Because if we need to fight corruption, we need to fight people that are corrupt, and we cannot fight those people that are corrupt because they helped most of our leaders
in bringing the government.
In bringing the government. We all know it that those people that are helping in bringing the government are the ones with money. with the power. So we for instance, a president or a sitting governor, a governor elected, just elected governor cannot just avoid his friends, the ones that supported him and funded his campaign and whatever, just because he's corrupt. So the reason why it's not ending is that we are not fighting it. We are just saying that and pretending that we are fighting the corruption, but we are not fighting it.
So now you mean that assume before you become a president, you have a campaign, right? Those who support you for you to reach that position. And they support you financially, they support you with energy, they support you with influence, right?
Yes.
And also with their political party. And then when you reach that position, they have what you call the trade advantage. Oh, if you want me to support you, give me ministers. If you want me to support you, give me a governor. To support me, give me this. And then when you reach that position, you find out that this man is corrupt, right? To remove him is a very big problem because they have already supported you before. As you can see during the issue of Buhari, before Buhari became a president, they have to go and do an amalgamation with Tinubu AGC, right? And then the argument is that when Buhari leave position, you give him to Tinubu. And now we have the Tinubu is now ruling the Nigeria, right? So which means Nigeria vote does not matter, right? So the decision is carried on at what can I say? What can I say? At institution level, right? Decision is carried at institution level, so not at citizen level, right?
Yes.
So when they come here, they make the promise. So when this guy is corrupt, he cannot be able to maybe I cannot be able to punish him. So now, how do you see the government and back with that?
Okay. Fighting insecurity in Nigeria is a very, very difficult thing. But with it's very difficult. But we can fight it. If we put in mind that we are going to fight it and end it, even though it will not end immediately, but gradually. The main aim is to be reducing it drastically. All the reduce to reduce it drastically. Gradually it's reducing to the extent that in time, in years, it will just be very minimal because we have corruption everywhere in the world, globally, everywhere. No country is not. What we want is let it be minimal to the extent that many people cannot see it. Because the reason why we have been fighting this insecurity, the main reason is corruption. As you have said, we have asked that a president or a governor is elected, and before he was elected, he was sponsored and helped by his maybe during him because of amalgamation, all his friends funded him, and for him to fight them is very, very difficult because most of them are the ones in the circle making decision. He's just in the middle. They separated. Just like if you go ahead. Yeah. So they may threaten him directly or indirectly. Maybe before he is elected, he must have signed agreement that this particular seats or appointments are yours. You and your boys. These ones are for you and your boys. That's how they used to do it.
So the way Tinubu nominate Osinbajo to become vice president.
So fighting it requires many things. That's, to me, we need to reduce the power of presidency. To reduce, to give independence to many arms of government. That's judiciary, arm of government, especially judiciary. Because I see no reason why chief judge should be elected by the president. Because as a chief judge, if I know that you elected me, maybe after the conclusion of election, maybe people or a particular party, thinks that you cheated on them.
Who will you favor?
Is it?
Who will you favor? When the two parties bring the case,
and this one is the one elected
you,
appointed you as CGN. How will you rule in favor of these particular people that are not the ones that voted you or appointed you? So that's why I said this particular judiciary arm of government should be independent, should have their system whereby they are the ones responsible for electing the CGN.
Yeah.
Not the president. President have no say,
influence
regarding the appointment of CGN.
It should be by promotion.
By promotion. That's their things should be within themselves. They know how to do it, they have their system, they have everything.
They know who is the next.
They know who is the next. They all know it. And it should be open and visible to Nigerians, because with transparency, things may change. But without transparency, that's why many things are not changing. That's why corruption is contributing, because we need a transparent system of government, which is likely not to happen anytime soon. Yeah.
So now, what I'm trying to say is now that when the governor is electing Minister of
Justice and
CGN. So which means he have influence over the judiciary. And these two people can sack or they rank any of their lower rank. Right?
Yes.
So now when it comes to judiciary, the president is one appointing the